Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out the channel here on Watch Along Wrestling, and welcome to another Unboxing Friday. Today is a very exciting Unboxing Friday because we are going to be unboxing, if I can get it up here, let's see here with one hand, the WrestleMania Anthology. I love how I make this big dramatic reveal as to what we're going to be unboxing, as if you guys have not just looked directly into the title of the video before you clicked it and knew that that's what we were going to be unboxing. But it is, and I'm very excited for it. When this anthology had came out, I was elated. I remember this was like the first of its kind that WWE had put out, and they'd eventually put out a set for SummerSlam and a set for the Royal Rumble as well. I want to say, actually, I think Royal Rumble was first and then SummerSlam. But it was great because it was really WWE, for the first time, bringing out some of its history like it had never been seen before. We had obviously had WrestleManias on DVD before, but it started with 1999 with WrestleMania 15, and this was the first time that we were getting on DVD WrestleManias 1 through 14. And I remember the year it came out, this being like the only thing in the world that I wanted. I had seen many of the WrestleManias. I think I had seen all of them, but to be able to have them on DVD, be able to watch them at any moment, was something like I hadn't seen before. So let's jump right into the anthology opening here. But if it's your first time visiting the channel, make sure you leave a big thumbs up and subscribe. Every Friday here on the channel, we are unboxing a ton of things like this. We also did the WrestleMania 20 limited edition Silver Vision set just a couple of weeks ago. So something different every single week that is wrestling related. And on top of that, we have vlogs, we have news, everything you could possibly think of. So if you are a wrestling fan, smash the like, subscribe, and welcome aboard. All right, so now let's crack this open. Now, my set here for the anthology is actually pretty darn new. As a matter of fact, I still have the back slip cover directly here, and I can lift this, and it still is taped on there. It's not even taped on there. It's sealed from the actual set itself. So, I mean, it's not sealed, but it's about as good as it could possibly be. I've never actually watched any of these. This is not the original set that I purchased back in 2005, and I want to say that one I may have even gotten for Christmas. I remember just being really, really excited that my parents had gotten that for me. It was the type of deal where you could actually have purchased each one of these sets separately, and when I open that up, you'll see that. But to have it in the box set, to have all of them in one area, was just really cool. And I remember that year, I think I had actually asked, if I'm not mistaken, for like Volume 2, which came with WrestleMania 6 through 10, and my parents went out and got me the whole darn thing. They knew where we were going with this. They knew this was going to be a year long in the making, and so that's what they had gotten. But this set here, I had purchased as a part of a larger set. It came with a sealed SummerSlam, a sealed Royal Rumble, 2 of the 4 sealed Survivor Series, and then this guy, and also the WrestleMania 20 limited edition that I had a couple weeks ago unboxed. So that was an incredible set that I had purchased on eBay, and everything came in pristine condition and really good stuff. So let's crack this sucker open here. Again, this is the box, and you can kind of open it up, and you can just see 4 different sets of WrestleManias. Now, one of the things I didn't even notice, and I don't know if this is a second edition or if this was always what it was. Let me know in the comments. And there's a couple of you guys who are really big on the DVD game. I've kind of gotten into this way later, but there is a WrestleMania 21 disc directly here. And it's so funny, you can actually see, look at that, I'm there. But you can see here, this is WrestleMania 21. So this was released, I'm guessing, right in 2005, and they kind of ran together to get as much bang for your buck as you possibly can. But you did get the WrestleMania 21 disc on the top cover, so don't throw away your covers. I don't know why you would, but yeah. This is the back slip cover that I had showed you guys. This is the back of it, and kind of goes through what's included here. 213 matches including, and it goes through some of the big matches, 4 collectible 5x7 cards, each capturing a famous WrestleMania moment, which we'll get to in a second, and a DVD photo gallery to take you through 21 years of WrestleMania history. So let's start from the top here. This is going to be the first edition, the first volume. It is your first, your WrestleMania 1 through 5, and you can see some of the moments there. Obviously very big on the Hogan era. It's obviously 1 through 5. It's all Hogan. He's in the main event of each one of these. Obviously, Mr. T, another big piece of it. And then as you open this up, they show you each one of these. Each one of the discs comes with a little video card, a little card there rather, that tells you each match that's included on each one of the WrestleManias. And I remember just opening this up Christmas morning when I first got this and going through each piece of it and just being blown away. And then each one of the 5 sets comes with, we had showed this actually in the one for WrestleMania 20 with the Christian and Chris Jericho film deal. I think they call it a Senna film. And this is the one here for Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper from WrestleMania 1. You can see Mr. T in the background. Is that Mr. T? I think it's Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff in the background there. Get a good little picture and visual of that from WrestleMania 1. And on the back it says, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. The brutal rivalry needed a grand stage to play itself out, and World Wrestling Entertainment did just that by launching WrestleMania on March 31st, 1985. Seen by more than 1 million fans via closed-circuit television, WrestleMania has grown to the premier annual event in sports entertainment. When they battled at Madison Square Garden, celebrities would share the stage with superstars. Muhammad Ali would serve as the guest referee, Liberace acted as the guest timekeeper, and former New York Yankees manager Billy Martin was the guest ring announcer. The all-out war was the star-studded teams ended as Hogan pinned Orndorff. And each one of these is numbered. Mine's 12,694. And you can see the little Senna film just so you can get a piece of that. Pretty darn cool. And it's probably one of the major collector pieces from the set that people enjoy is getting those Senna films. And this one, again, pretty much pristine condition. And yeah, that's pretty much it with Volume 1. So I will take out Volume 2 now and show you guys that. This goes from WrestleMania 6 to WrestleMania 10. My era, so to speak, the era I grew up in. And you can see now they've kind of, they move away from some of the older folks there. You do have Andre the Giant featured there with Bobby the Brain Heenan, Hulk Hogan, and Sergeant Slaughter, but you're getting some of that more new generation as well. There's Shawn Michaels, you've got Razor Ramon holding up both belts, the iconic shot from WrestleMania 10. Very, very cool. You got Lex and Yoko there. Hogan and Warrior, Perfect and Bossman, and Owen and Brett. And then your Senna film for this set is, of course, the iconic match, the aforementioned ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. You've got Shawn jumping off the ladder there. You can see that little piece of film, really nice. I'm not going to read you each one of the back of these, but really good. Obviously, this one to be featured. I think if you thought about 6 through 10, WrestleMania 10, the ladder match changed so much that it definitely does deserve to be one of the featured pieces of the Senna film there. So good little piece there. Opening up WrestleMania, this is the 3rd set. So this now we get into the Attitude Era. It goes from WrestleMania 11 to WrestleMania 15. And you can already see the major change there, just with the iconic shot of Austin bleeding from his head at WrestleMania 13, the submission match against Bret Hart. You've got Undertaker, that iconic shot of him holding up the world title after defeating Psycho Sid to end that WrestleMania. On this side, you've got it's a little more Bret and Austin. You've got Austin and Shawn. You do get a little LT, which I think is cool. Hollywood Backlot Brawl over here. Some of the other pieces, Shamrock and The Rock. And then you've got Mick Foley being taken away on a stretcher. So very, very cool. And let's see what the Senna film is for this. I want to say it might be Austin and Michaels, but let's see. I'm wrong. It's actually WrestleMania 15, The Rock and Stone Cold. The first of the 3 encounters between the 2 of these guys. Obviously, this match more recently this year had become, not necessarily this match, but Austin's match with The Rock at WrestleMania 19 had gotten more of a spotlight as we took a look at some of the other pieces of it. So you can see the piece of film there. Really, really good stuff. And now let's get into the final piece of this. Now this is interesting because each one of these, this is kind of just like a bonus in terms of obviously WrestleMania 16 through WrestleMania 21. Those pieces were already on DVD. I prefer the singular discs just because they do come with a variety of extras, some really good stuff. Those first 4 DVDs releases of WrestleMania I think are the best because they don't include the Hall of Fame. Later on through the years, WrestleMania DVD releases became a little lazy because the biggest piece and the reason to get it would be to get the Hall of Fame, so that'd be your major extra. But before that, when they didn't have the Hall of Fame, or in the case of WrestleMania 20, when they released the Hall of Fame on its own separate DVD set, you actually got some really fun extras. So check those singular discs out. I do have them, and maybe at some point, if you guys are into it, let me know in the comment section, and we'll go through each piece separately. But here it is, WrestleMania 16 through 20. Obviously, you can see a little bit of each piece. This did come out before the death of Chris Benoit, so you do have Benoit there. You've got Jericho and that iconic shot there. Who else you got there? You've got some of the, you have Rhino from WrestleMania 17, dumping the ladder in the first ever, actually the second TLC match. Hogan and The Rock you've got there, and then you got Benoit again holding up the belt. On the opposite side of things, Kane and Kurt Angle get a little piece on this. I do love that match. John Cena and The Big Show, big coming out party for John Cena. Triple H during one of his entrances, I want to say that's 18. And then Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar holding up the title after Brock unceremoniously misses the shooting star press and falls right on his head, but does hold on to win that match. You can kind of take a look at some of that there. And let's take a look at the Cenotype. I'm going to go, I don't think it's 20, so I'm going to go with McMahon Hogan, WrestleMania 19. Let's see if I'm correct on that. Oh, I am not. Random here. WrestleMania 17, Undertaker Triple H, a match that years later would almost be forgotten and erased from the history books when WWE wanted you to think it was a fresh match for WrestleMania 27 and kind of put this on the back burner. But a really underrated match. Again, this is the match that I first became aware that Undertaker was undefeated. I was doing the math in my head and I was really shocked that Undertaker won this match, because at the time I felt like Triple H was one of the top guys and Taker was kind of falling. So big win for Taker, and you can see the Cenotype there. Really good stuff here, and this one's numbered number 1002, so really interesting stuff, and I dig it. So that is the WrestleMania Anthology. What a great set here. If you get a chance to get it on eBay, you could probably get it used for about $200, new for about $250, $300, so they're going up. So if you want one of these, I'd say go ahead and snag this now. The set I got, I won't even tell you how much I spent on it because it was a absolute steal. I won it in an auction, and it was great to add these pieces to my collection. So that is the WrestleMania Anthology. This has been another unboxing here. So many memories. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want me to unbox anything else in the future, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.